Well, happy 420, everyone.
Happy 420 OGNFT
Yeah,
extravaganza. Here we are.
yeah.
Um,
I'm really excited for this. I'm kind of honored to open this. This is really neat. I mean, the
yeah,
collection of people is insane.
I mean, it's all the people that, you know, for the last like 4 years have been building and doing the stuff. Like literally like the smartest people in the space that I know are all
It really
here
is just
today.
everyone from 2018 was just kind of doing stuff, And I met them at conferences. I saw them at like Non-Fungible Summit, Nifty Summit, like dev cons and Berlin's Wise and everything. And it was amazing. And it's so cool to see everyone here today.
So I want to talk. I want to talk about something that this actually makes me. This is a good transition into it, which is, this feeling of like of we've been here right for like the last 4 years or whatever since 2018, late 2017, 2018, and especially in those early days, it really just like felt like it was heady. It felt like really good and heady and like, wow, like this is amazing and it's really happening. And then, and then slowly over the last few months, there was like this thing that we always sort of assumed would happen, but it happened so much faster, which is,
It did.
Initially it was just like your timeline on Twitter starts like popping up with like people who are from totally far-flung reaches of the internet, and suddenly they're like NFTs and they're tweeting about it, and it's like they're getting interested, and that's happening, and it was like this. It was, what's that thing, like it happens slowly and then all at once.
Oh, and then all at once. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what it is.
And then
Things
suddenly,
not at all, and then all
right.
at once.
And then all at once. And then suddenly it was just like kaboom. It was just a huge explosion.
Yeah.
And now every other week I get these messages from former fans who are like, I'm very disappointed in you, Jonathan. I've been following you for years. I mean, I just sent you one this morning. I've been following you for years. Here's a direct quote.
Right.
Here's a direct quote from today.
This is a tweet that you got.
I've been following you for years. I've loved your work so much, but this is my favorite part. You going down the NFT thing. The NFT thing has just been really disappointing. I guess I thought you cared more about the environment and the broader impacts our actions have on society as a whole.
Yeah, worth talking about.
It is worth talking about, but the fact that for years we're doing this thing, and then within months, I'm getting one of these every single week.
Right.
It's like whiplash. It's such a strange feeling.
Yeah,
Has anyone
truly wild?
Has anyone confronted you with any of that stuff? Have you gotten any of that kind of?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone remembers the pyramid scheme Instagram slideshow that went around.
Yeah,
that one I got sent to me quite a bit.
Really?
Instagram friends.
Yeah.
Which includes comments on the environmental impact of like proof of work blockchains.
Right.
The thing that obviously ticks both of us off about that take is that through the lens of like it's the artist causing the problem is just like not useful or helpful or even technically correct. And so it's like this like really, it's like doubly wrong in both a literal technical sense, like, oh, that's not what's happening, and also unfortunate in like a why would you blame the artists kind of way.
Right.
Yeah. But
the way that I think about it is like this guy, you responded to my text with like I'm sorry you getting that hate, and it honestly doesn't feel like hate to me. It's not the same as trolling. I've been on the receiving, been on the internet making stuff for almost 20 years. Like I've gotten a lot of trolling. It's not trolling. I think this person is genuinely, from their vantage point, and we've talked about this before, from the vantage point of a person who's not familiar with the space, it's really easy. And I'm gonna say something I probably should say it. on a live thing. But like, it's really easy if you look at like Paris Hilton and you look at Mark Cuban and Gary Vee, and you see all these people who are super excited about it, and you combine that with with people's like pre-existing ideas about what crypto is. And to be fair, like, crypto bro culture is disgusting, and like we're not fans of it. But you can see how someone sitting from that vantage point can see what NFTs are in the in this moment of like this like explosion of things, and make all these assumptions about it's a scam, it's, you know. And if you think it's a scam, then the environmental stuff really pisses you off, right?
Right. It's that doubleness of like, this is worth nothing. In fact, it's like worth negative amounts in my mind. And then
negative,
also it's destroying the planet.
Right.
It's like that's just like the worst thing in the world. And so I
Exactly.
get where they're coming from, where they're like, okay, cool. This thing has no value. In fact, it has negative value because it's change that I don't like, perhaps. And also it's destroying trees. So it's like why? What are you doing? Who are these people?
Exactly. So ultimately, you know, I come away with like, I don't know how to respond to these people. I don't know.
What is the response? I think I started going along with like, blaming the artist is not like the right lens. However, like at the end of the day, like, proof of work blockchains do use a shit ton of electricity.
Right.
And there's a lot of like, promises of like, oh, cool, we're going to go to proof of stake. And I think that's inevitable. But it is, it is a shift and a very hard problem in computer science, as I like to say. But it'll happen.
It'll happen. And if you know, it's like, if you were excited about the idea of digital scarcity and
and that's the thing.
And you recognize and you recognize the value and are excited by the possibilities, then it goes from being something that's like the worst thing in the world to being, to being another thing in the pile of things that you already feel guilty about because you exist in capitalism, basically.
Right.
You know, it's just
I definitely want to end on that up note with this discussion, which is like, it's the mindset that I'm in is like, the burning of electricity to power proof of work network sucks, but also the like sheer potential of all of this stuff. Like you can go into this for days. There's like the monetary aspect, the financial aspect, all of that. But there's also this like artist aspect where it's like, cool, you can now value digital works like you value physical works. This like whole cultural shift and tide of like, okay, cool, now digital things can be valuable in like in a very tangible sense. Like that is novel and IMO worth getting to proof of stake for,
Yeah. And I think eventually it seems as though, it won't even be a question that eventually it'll just be part of the world, it'll just be, and all these people are like,
it's just like NFTs, and I say NFTs as a label for digitally scarce objects.
Even though right now,
it's just, I forget who said it first, but someone on Twitter did, and they're just a better digital object. They're a better digital primitive for owned digital things, and in a very eat the world sense, the cost to making something an NFT, the UX around using something that is an NFT, all of that will drop to zero. The friction of that will drop to zero, and everything that would make sense to have digitally owned will be truly digitally owned
because it just makes more sense.
It just makes sense. Yeah.
And the final point on this topic is that back to where we started this conversation, the way that I know for sure that that I don't agree with these people who are hounding me about the environmental impact is the people that I've met in this space, and it's all the people that we're going to hear from today, who make up this space are all so smart and conscientious and care. It's like we care. Like the people that we're going to hear from today across the board, like, are deeply invested in the world, and making it a better place. And
like,
that's,
how can you doubt that sincerity?
Right.
It's like, just take one look and be like, okay, obviously they're not here to burn the world down and make money doing it. Right. It's like, obviously.
So I want to just really quick end by singing We have 4 minutes. Does this sound good? Yeah.
It sounds delightful. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to pretend like that you're holding the mic for me, because this is our tradition at conferences.
Right.
That you have to hold up the mic while I sing. Yeah, exactly. That's our tradition. Yeah. We did
like you. Like that. There we go.
Perfect. We did this in San Francisco, and then we did this in Brooklyn. Okay, the original CryptoPunk song. 10,000 punks released into the world. Boys and girls and everybody in between. 10,000 punks auto-generated like the muscle men that I played with. It's a crypto fever dream. What does it mean? Well, they're the crypto punks. No two are the same. Well, they're the crypto punks living on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, they're the crypto punks. Well, they'll never change. They're the crypto punks living on the Ethereum blockchain. 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 Living on the Ethereum blockchain.
Wow.
Woohoo! So
millions that are clapping behind the scenes.
So this is OGNFT. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around and coming and hanging out with the crew today.